Our next question from Michael Koziol.
Thanks, George. Michael Koziel from the Sydney Morning Herald. I just want to ask you two quick things. Firstly, on the postal vote, just to drill down into your cynicism on that one for a moment. As you point out, it will probably hinge on the definition of urgent and unforeseen, or however it's phrased. Has that been examined by the courts before, and what do you think the court would look for in sort of bedding down that definition? And then secondly, on the Section 44 thing, you mentioned that Parliament's failed to act on this. You said it should be changed. But what chances do you think that referendum actually has of passing if it was put to the Australian people? Would they vote for allowing foreign nationals to serve in the Parliament?
Well, on firstly, no, there is no clear High Court authority that gives us an answer on urgent and unforeseen. There are areas we can look to, there are analogous areas, but no, nothing of this kind, particularly because we're dealing with a very new line of High Court authority that struck down the National Schools Chaplaincy Program. And on this, look, there really are good arguments that would put both ways. And I haven't had the benefit yet of seeing the government submissions, which are due to be filed, as I understand it, today. But what I do see from looking at the submissions filed so far is that a lot of evidence with statements of ministers and others that are on the public record that make it hard to show this was urgent and unforeseen, given the length of time it's gone for. And a lot of this often comes down to common sense perceptions as to does it fit into those categories? Do those words accurately describe what's happened? And that's why I think it's a tough ask in this case. It may be the government has a different line of defence, but we'll have to see. The chances of a referendum, I think it often depends upon the timing and how you frame these things. If the question is, do you vote yes to allowing foreign nationals to serve in our parliament? Well, I think I know which way the answer is going to go. If you ask the question, do we want to allow other nations to determine who can sit in our parliament? That's a different question. And that's actually what the section does, because the High Court says you must divest your citizenship according to the rules of that other country. You also have to ask the extent to which the community is happy with the level of dysfunction we're seeing by virtue of this provision. And I would hope that if we actually had some leadership on this and the putting of the case properly, at the very least, it's something we should have a go at, because if we don't, it now will be with us. The box has been opened. And this will continue to be a point of interest, shall we say, for journalists and also politicians, particularly in any close-run parliament.
Phoebe